Hi everyone! Yeah, probably someone of you are saying, hey man, I already listened to your cover about the Godfather theme. Yes, you're right, because it's already on this channel and I put the link in the description. You know, I'm pretty proud about that video because there is a lot of work behind it. In my opinion, there is a lot of musical creativity in order to put together different instruments. With this video, I want just to talk about that song because next to video will be the drum cover and the guitar cover of that song. So same audio files, but I want to give you just the perspective of guitar and drum, so I will post 2 more videos. So, first of all, I played with my brother Laviero. He plays the accordion. The idea was to mix together the accordion and the electric guitar, 2 instruments apparently too distant from each other, but I was sure it could work. So at the beginning he played the song of the Godfather theme called the Godfather Waltz, and you know he usually plays some Italian liscio, so he plays a lot of bass, a lot of tarantella, you know, classic popular Italian music, and I did the same, but most of all in the past, playing an instrument called organetto. That's a sort of little accordion, and you can see a lot of videos in me playing organetto on this channel, so take a look. So after the waltz with the accordion, I played with my guitar the song called the Godfather Love Theme. That's the most famous song in the movie. You know, right? So the goal was to play together with 2 different instruments on that song. About the drums, the idea was to play more aggressive at the end, so I started play quite soft, and then I inserted also the double kick, inspired to a lot of metal covers present on YouTube. You know, it's probably the project I worked more because it was one of the first time I recorded and put together more instruments and also a lot of video clips. I remember I passed more than a week just working on video editing. Probably now I can do the same in just 1 day, but from that project I learned a lot in terms of video editing. About the audio, Audio. About the audio, opening the project today, I realized how much I learned during this time, because in that project there are no effects on the tracks, so no equalizations, no compressions, there is just, I think, a little bit of equalization on just one track, I don't remember which one, and also the mastering process is completely missing, but there are also many errors in the previous phases. You know, it was the first time I recorded a guitar. What every guitarist would do is to put a dynamic microphone like the SM57 in front of the amp and you're done. I mean, the SM57 is probably the most used microphone to this purpose. What I did instead was to use a condenser microphone. I mean, it's not an error at all, because a condenser microphone is probably better to record because it's more sensitive and it allows you to have a more defined sound. And probably today I would use a combination of a dynamic microphone like the SM57 and a condenser microphone. Problem was that I put the microphone too close to the amp. As I said, a condenser microphone is too sensitive, and with the gain I used on the mixer I obtained a completely clipped track. I mean, the volume captured by the microphone was too high, and so to avoid distortion the track was just clipped. And probably hearing the original recorded track you can also hear some distortion, and probably I removed it using the software because it's possible to remove distortion from a clip, but of course the quality of the audio cannot be perfect in this way. About the drums, considering my previous experience with my first drum cover that I published last week, so take a look, I decided to use more mics. I mean, if you use more mics, you can obtain a more defined sound, right? Yes, but if you know how to use them. And I say that because in my case I was using a mixer, so all the mics were connected into the mixer and I just recorded the output of the mixer. The adjustment of the volumes and the adjustment of equalizations were made on the mixer. If you do the same, you have to consider that if you made a mistake on volumes or on equalization, you cannot fix it after. And because of bad equalization on the mixer, the track of the kick has only very low frequencies and so no attack. This is a problem because if you listen the song with your headphones that allow you to listen low frequencies, you can hear a lot of volume for the kick. While if you listen the song just from your smartphone, from your laptop, probably you cannot hear the kick. For the next two videos I just decided to try to fix something, maybe only the kick, but as I say the problem are before starting recording, so I don't know if I can fix. By the way, if you don't know me, I am Antonello Laurino, so subscribe to my YouTube channel and activate the bell in order to not miss any videos. Follow me also on my social networks on Facebook and Instagram. I often publish some daily practice videos and also a lot of photos about drum, guitar, so take a look. I'll put a like on this video and write a comment tell me what do you think about my cover if you have already listened, and if you have not, go listen now.